Hey guys, I'm not better. I put out the last video and I said I was better, but it came back, whatever this is. Someone said I might have been poisoned or something, and I think it's partly true, but I'll explain about that later. The doctors still don't even know what it is, and I've got chronic lethargy. I can't even move. Like, I'm laying here right on the ground, and I'm basically sitting here like a plant. Like, even just to go to the toilet, I get puffed out just thinking about it. It's crazy. It's like climbing a mountain just to walk like 10 feet. I've never experienced anything like this, guys. The good news is the pain has gone. I don't feel any pain anymore, so in a way, I'm a lot better than I was. But just to explain again, in my last video, I said it's like I said I nearly died, but I'm back, right? If you look at my last video, and I went through 12 days of hell. Like, I didn't eat for the whole 12 days, and I didn't drink water for about 4 of those days, and I nearly died, like literally. If you don't drink water for 4 days, that's like close to death on its own. And I had like 10 out of 10 pain on top of that. 11 out of 10. I was screaming. Like, I don't even, I'll show you one day. I took some video of myself in agony, and man, it's scary when I look at it. It's worse than any horror movie you've ever seen. That's all I'll say. And I don't know if I want to show that, but I've got the footage. Maybe one day I'll show you, because just to convey how bad this is, or how it's not, like I said, the pain is gone now. Uh, but I can't freaking move, guys. Like, just holding my phone right now is a struggle. And oh man. Oh, I haven't eaten for the last 3 days. Like, I'll explain a bit more. So the first 12 days I didn't eat at all, right? And then I said I'm better. I felt better. On the day after that, I was like, dude, I feel way better. And I started eating again. And I made that video, right? I was out in the park, had my drone and everything. I felt pretty good. Very good. And then I got sick again, and I stopped eating again. And then back into excruciating levels of pain. Even worse in a way, because it was on top of the pain I already had in those 12 days of hell. And I mean hell. Like, if you want to picture hell, then that's it. You know? You don't want to exist in that state, even for a day. If someone said to me, I'll give you $1 trillion to do that again, I wouldn't even consider it. I wouldn't even begin to consider it. It wouldn't, the option doesn't even exist. It's just, you can't even freaking explain it, guys. Like, screaming, imagine screaming for an hour straight, and that's all you can do. And then you do that 5 times a day, every single day. You know, it's freaking crazy. And anyway, so what I'm saying is, after I started eating again, after that 12 days of hell, I got sick again, and then I stopped eating again, and then stopped drinking for a bit. And then when I started trying to eat again, I found it made me really sick. Like, it made me worse. Like, all I tried to drink was orange juice at first, and then that made me super sick. Then watermelon juice, super sick. I even tried having 2 eggs, because I've been vegan for like 12 years, and that made me even worse. Cooked vegetables, it made me even worse. So the best thing was just like fruit juice, and fuck, what was I saying? Yeah, so yeah, fruit juice. But it made me sick still, right? Even watermelon juice, the lightest thing you could have. So I realized, dude, I can't have anything. All I can drink is water. But at least I could drink water, because in that first 12 days, for a while, I couldn't even drink a sip. I would vomit straight away, and I was getting dehydrated by the day. I was dying in a desert, basically. And at least after this, you know, the first period, I could start drinking water. And then I got, yeah, so then I said, all right, I can't eat anything. I can't drink watermelon juice even. So all I can do is drink water. So I decided, okay, all I'm going to do is drink water on purpose. Or like by force as well, in a way, I guess. Like my body couldn't tolerate anything else. But consciously, you know? So instead of complaining, saying, oh, I can't even eat. This sucks. You know, my life sucks. I can't even eat. I said, I'm not going to eat on purpose. It's my choice not to eat. Because water fasting is actually one of the best things for many gastrointestinal issues, which is what I'm having. It's most likely a stomach ulcer, which is called a peptic ulcer, a duodenal ulcer, which is like a small intestine ulcer, um, inflammation, damage to the villi in the upper intestine, probably. Like, it's not confirmed. Like I said, the doctors haven't been able to figure this out properly, but that's most likely what it is based on the symptoms and what alleviates it. And fuck, I lost my train of thought. Um, what was I even saying? I don't even know, guys, but oh yeah, the fasting, water fasting. So yeah, it's one of the best things for those kind of issues. Not only to alleviate it, but to heal it because it gives your digestive system a rest. But the problem is, I'm emaciated. I haven't eaten, like I said, I've been 30 days without eating. Basically, not, you know, not 30 without eating a thing, but most of it. Because, you know, 12 days I couldn't eat anything at all. So that's 12 days not eating, flat out. And then all the days I did eat, I haven't eaten bugger all. Like, literally just fruit juice, like a little bit. Just a cup of juice, and that's it. So obviously I've lost tons of weight. I'm emaciated as hell. And now I've started a water fast. I've started to stop eating. After 30 days of not eating, my protocol is not eating. And but like I said, it makes me feel better and I'm doing it consciously instead of complaining that I can't eat. I'm saying I'm not going to eat because it's got benefits for this. And it's helped a lot. Like the pain is gone now, guys. Right now I've got basically 1 out of 10 pain. 0 out of 10 even. Like it's nothing. It's just I got no freaking energy. I got zero energy, and that in itself is painful. It's it's not painful, but it's like mentally it's torture in a way, guys. It's like another type of torture because I've been sitting here like a tree. Imagine having to become a tree, but you're a human being. That's how I feel. Like I just stuck, and if I got to move, even if I think about moving, I get tired and puffed out, and like it's crazy. Oh, and guys, and the important, yeah, and I started refeeding today. So I went 3 days without eating, and just today I'm gonna start drinking some soy milk because I read that's the best thing for a stomach ulcer. And you know, like I said, the watermelon juice was really hard on my stomach. The orange juice was extremely hard, and that's because it's got citric acid, and the ulcers are it's basically a lesion. So if you put acidic matter on a lesion, it's gonna sting, obviously. Part of the problem is the stomach is full of acid as well, isn't it? So that creates pain just naturally because your stomach produces acid. And one of the medications is antacids, but the side effects of that were like just as bad. So I don't know. I don't know if they were the side effects or they just weren't working properly. But I took them like 2 times in this whole 30 days, and that's it. Basically, it's up. I'm all alone. I can't. There's no one. No one can help me. But water and hopefully this now. Hopefully this is gonna bring my energy back soon. Cause like I said, just today I got this. I didn't go buy it, but I decided that Where is it? Oh, I can't reach it, but I've got another one as well. Oh man, what was I saying? Oh yeah, almond milk. I've like, I don't know. Maybe leave a comment. What's better? Because it says like if you look on Google, it says like almond milk with milk, so it's confusing. Is it like cow's milk? Because I can't drink cow's milk. Um, yeah. What's better, almond milk or soy milk? I'm going with the soy milk because I read that like they use it to heal the. Man, I can't even remember actually, guys. But I'm getting dizzy. This video is getting too long. 10 minutes. Oh man. See, just talking. I'm getting exhausted now. I'm scared to drink too much of this too because if you know when I drank juice in the past few days or whatever week ago, made me feel horrible. Back to 10 out of 10 pain, like back into a fit of extreme pain, screaming. But this is like more alkaline. You know, many fruits are acidic if they're not ripened. If they're not properly ripe when they make the juice or whatever, if you eat it raw as well or just fresh, it's more acidic. So that's probably not ideal. And this is supposed to like neutralize the acid in your stomach. So I got hopes for that. But I don't want to drink it too fast because if I'm wrong, it could just make me sick again and back into pain, which I'm not feeling now. Thank God. I'm relieved by that. No more pain, just chronic lethargy. Obviously, I can't ride my EUC, guys. I can't even walk. I can't even. Maybe I can ride my EUC. It is a walking ad after all. If I could make it to the EUC, turn it on, step on it, maybe I'd get some mobility back, guys. Who knows? Maybe I should try it. But to be honest, I don't think so. I can barely like. I'll probably get dizzy and just pass out on the thing. You know, I can barely stand up. Yeah, no, I can't even stand up. I can't ride no UC. I need a wheel bed, not a wheelchair. It wouldn't suffice because it's too extreme to be in a sitting up position like that. I need a bed with wheels to get me around, guys. So I can get my daily chores done. Oh, man. And that, I guess I'll leave it at that, guys. I'm going to explain more of this because I think I know what happened. I know what's caused this. But it's a very complex. There's a lot of science behind it too. So I don't want to get into a video like that in this state. Like, I just can't do it. Oh, man. All right, guys. Pray for me, please. Shout out to me, UC on my EUC, because he asked about how I'm going. Like in the last video, you know, because I said I nearly died, and then he said, "Why aren't you back?" And then like he sent me like a massive donation. I was so grateful for that. Shout out to me, UC on my EUC, because I can't work now either. Uh, like I'm going down. Like for 30 days, I haven't done a single Uber Eats delivery, not one. And that's how I make my money, really. Like, you know, I make a bit of money selling my units. Like, I designed a product that's a really nice product, but it hasn't got any marketing behind it yet, and I don't sell much, so it doesn't really make much money. Sometimes I don't sell anything for a whole year. When I do, though, it's a good sale. Like, they're expensive, but can't rely on it. And at the moment, I still can't do a single delivery, and I'm just going under, guys. If you want to help out, like I can't, dude, I don't even have the energy to put up my PayPal link because this is just going to be the most basic video, but it's, what is it again? Yeah, paypal.me/. Arc Rides. Just one word, Arc Rides. And it's capital ARC, capital RIDES. So paypal.me/Arc Rides. And yeah, any donations would be much appreciated, guys, because I'm freaking going under. I already sold my 16X. What the day, like after I got a bit better, I had a bit, like I said, I got much better on the 12th day, and then the next after that I was a lot better. I made that video. And then for a few days I had a fair bit of energy before getting worse. And I decided I got to sell my 16X because I'm like, my money's just dwindling from that 12 days of basically not being able to do any work. And I had just bought some stuff, so I was kind of broke. I bought like this freaking gaming thing. I was going to get back into games. It's funny, I was going to get, because I got that new laptop recently, like a few months ago. I got this cool laptop, and I decided I'm going to get back into games. Just when my gaming stuff arrived, I got sick. So sick that I couldn't play a single minute. Like, I kept trying. I was like, dude, I'm going to try play some games. You know, I'm sick. I can't do anything. At least let's just play some games, you know. Let's just pass the time gaming. I couldn't, guys. I couldn't. It was so freaking horrible. 5 minutes of gaming, and it just makes me even sicker. So all I could do is sit there and stare at a wall for a month. But anyway, what I'm saying is like, yeah, that gaming stuff arrived just then, and I spent like most of the money I had at the time on that stuff. And then this happened, and I couldn't work, and then I just freaking went broke. It was the worst timing ever. I can't believe how this has gone down, guys. But yeah, because of that, I said I had to sell my 16X. I put it on sale. I sold it pretty cheap, so I could get rid of it, because you can't sell, like, it's hard to move an EUC out here. No one rides, you know, unless you sell it cheap. You're not going to sell it in time. And so yeah, now I've only got a Sherman and a Sherman. I got a Max and a Sherman. Oh man, not bad still, I guess, but I can't ride them. Oh man, this sucks, guys. I got no. My energy's freaking going to zero. I'm gonna have to freaking stop the video, guys. I'll probably try and sleep now. It's hard though, because I've been sleeping. Just that's all I've been doing, you know. This is like my awake time. And when my wake time, all I'm trying to do is go back to sleep. It's like, it doesn't work, you know. You can't sleep 24/7. And I'd rather be in a coma. I'd rather be dead, guys. This is shit. But let's hope it gets better soon. Let's hope the refeeding now, the soy milk or any calories. I'm gonna have some apple juice later, hopefully. If I feel good still. Hopefully the soy milk doesn't make me feel sick. But yeah, those calories, hopefully they're gonna bring me back to health, guys. Bring my energy back, because the pain's gone. Excellent news. But this is just as bad, guys. If this doesn't go away, this is just as bad, and I can't live like this. There's no way. Just staring at a wall 24/7. I can't, like I said, I can't even play a computer game. I can just barely watch. I can't watch YouTube videos either, really. It makes me sick looking at the screen, but I can listen to them. But even that makes me a bit sick. Like, I'll watch a bit of, or I'll listen to YouTube for like an hour, and then that's it. Like, the rest of the day, I gotta just do nothing. And hopefully sleep and not be aware of what's going on, because, man. Yeah, if I could just sleep, it would be good. Just dream. And the crazy thing is, I've had dreams. I've had some horrible dreams too in this time. Like, most of my dreams are actually just me in the same state. Can you believe it? Like, I'm sitting there going, ah, 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 like in pain. And that's my dream. And then I wake up from that. I'm like, what? And I'm doing the same thing. My fuck, it still hurts. Like my dream was just exactly the same as what I've already been doing. It's crazy, isn't it? Oh, we've gone 20 minutes now. So you know what? I'm feeling a bit better now than I was 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago, I was about to pass out. Who knows? Maybe this is doing me a little bit of good. But I feel a bit heavy right now. I feel a bit heavy, and this stuff is like, it's got a lot of like ingredients in it. If you look at the ingredients list, it's not exactly the most natural thing, you know? I mean, it's not nothing, super bad, but it's got vegetable oils. Damn, I didn't even notice that. That's no good. Cane sugar, no good. Minerals, probably no good because they're gonna be freaking inorganic ones most likely. Because these companies never put good stuff in these things. It's got fake ass vitamins and natural flavor. Contains soy. No shit, Sherlock. It's soy milk. It says at the end, warning, contains soy. Yeah, I probably won't even drink any more of this stuff, to be honest, because I feel a little bit heavy now, although I feel a bit more energy. Just a little bit more energy, but heavy again. Bit of pain. Not much, like 2 out of 10. But heavy. Yeah, let's go with our apple juice. We'll wait for the apple juice. And guys, to explain this pain that I've been feeling, like the next level of pain I've ever... Probably not... I've never been really sick in my life, guys. I've been healthy most... I'd never even get a cold. Like, I've never been sick, to be honest. I've had, like, broken arms, and that's it. So the best thing I can compare is a broken arm. And I mean, like, clean break, like, snapped in two. I had a pretty bad broken arm. And that is 2 out of 10 compared to what I went through. And you might say, oh, come on, a broken arm's more than 2 out of 10. But it's the scale, it's like relative. Because if you bring that, what I went through, into this scale, then a broken arm becomes 2 out of 10. Or else that would have to be 15 out of 10. You know, if you say a broken arm is, I don't know, 5 out of 10, 7 out of 10, then that's like 17 out of 10. You know, like you can't, doesn't even compare. So that goes to show, you know, a broken arm is pretty bad, isn't it? You know, no one wants to go through that. And it's nothing compared to what I went through. Nothing. It's pleasure. I mean, I would love to have a broken arm to replace this, whatever the fuck this is. I'd pay $1 million to have a broken arm. $1 billion. If I had it, if I had the money, $1 trillion. Oh, dude. I do have more energy up here, guys, but I'm feeling heavy in my gut now. Because of the soy milk. I'm going up to a 3 out of 10 pain right now. Jesus. Oh, well, fuck it. Let's hope it stays around there. I don't think it'll go any further. I'm not going to drink anymore, though, just to make sure. Because, like I said, these last 3 days, my pain has been excellent. Just drinking nothing but water. Alright, guys, we'll leave it there, I reckon. And remember, I'm going to have a really interesting video coming up about what this is. And lots of science behind it. You're going to find it interesting, guys. Because I've actually done a fair bit of research whenever I've been able to. And I've learned more like about my condition and what it could be. Because like I said, the doctors can't really figure it out even. But I had a lot of medical knowledge in the past that gives me a good understanding of what this could be. And it's related to junk food, guys. It's related to junk food and tolerance. Think about a a junkie, all right, not junk food, like a junkie, a heroin addict, they have a high tolerance to heroin because they take it a lot. You know, heroin, like they inject this drug that can kill a freaking elephant. You know, they start out with a bit and they take more and more to the point they can take enough to kill a horse and it doesn't even affect them. They can just go to work. Literally, I'm not joking. If you don't know what some heroin addicts are like, they can actually be regular citizens that go to work every day, 5 days a week, 40 hours a week, have kids, look after their kids, and do chores, you know? Alcoholics, the same. They can be like that. Not all heroin addicts and alcoholics are in the gutter. And meth addicts too, oddly enough. But anyway, all those bad things can be tolerated by the body because the body creates adaptions. So when you take a lot of it, then you can tolerate it, right? But then you give that same amount of heroin to a healthy person or someone that doesn't take drugs, and it'll kill them outright. It'll just kill them. They're dead. And you might say, oh, so the heroin addict is stronger than the healthy person. The healthy person got killed by this drug, by this needle full of freaking heroin. But the heroin addict, the junkie, didn't. They can take it and go to work and get busy. So it goes to show, all right? And it's the same with junk food. I got really healthy in my life. Like I went vegan 12 years ago. And then I went more and more healthy from there. Because, you know, when you just go vegan, it's not necessarily healthy. It could be even worse, actually. In most cases, in fact, it is worse. Because if you go to vegan fake meats, depending on the ones you choose, like if you choose the really processed ones, it's probably worse than normal meat. Real meat. Because it's basically concentrated gluten and similar proteins, which are, you're not meant to take in those quantities. We're not birds. We're not freaking seedivores or whatever. What do you call it? You know, birds are made to eat those kind of long protein chains in high quantities. Like that's all they eat basically. Or, you know, many species. Not all birds. Some eat meat, but you know, the ones that eat seeds are made to eat grains. They eat grains and stuff. And you hear that grains aren't ideal for you. If you eat tons of bread, it's no good for your health. It's shit for your health. Bread is junk, basically. If you think bread can be healthy, even the best bread, it's junk, guys. If you can get that out of your diet, you're doing yourself a favor, no matter what type of bread. Ezekiel, whatever. Gluten-free bread. Doesn't matter, because gluten is not the only protein that's the issue. And you might say, oh, that's only celiacs that need to worry about that. No, everyone is affected by gluten. Celiacs are just extremely intolerant. They can die from it in small quantities. If you're not a celiac, then you've just got a good tolerance for it. You're like that junkie that takes heroin and can tolerate it a lot more, right? But what I'm saying is if you go to fake meats, you get some fake meats that are pure gluten. And that can... I mean, not it can. It's horrible for your health. It's horrible. So going vegan doesn't necessarily mean you're going healthy. But what I did, yeah, I went vegan and then I started going healthier and healthier. I went from vegan to like less and less processed foods until I was whole foods vegan. No processed food at all. Just natural food. And I felt so good every time I kept stepping up my game. And I did this for over a decade. Then I went raw. Stopped cooking my food. It felt even better. Because that's processing too. Heat processing is processing. You cook anything, you're obviously altering the molecules, and we don't have a full understanding of everything we do in our food. Like you might say, oh look, you cook tomatoes and you get extra lycopene. One nutrient out of thousands of phytonutrients. You know, what are we doing to the rest? Well, we know we're destroying many of them. We destroy enzymes when we cook. We know that. We destroy many things when we cook. Vitamin C, destroyed. So anyway, I stopped doing that. I felt even better. Man, my health was just better than ever, you know? And I was just on the best diet possible for years and years. And then one day I fell off the diet, guys, and went straight back to vegan junk food. Gluten fucking burgers. And that's what did this to me, guys. I know I said that I'm not going to explain this now. I'm going to make a future video about all this because of the science, but I guess I'm already kind of doing it. I'll go more in depth in the science in the future, but yeah, so my tolerance went down. Obviously, I was eating nothing but super healthy stuff, basically like an animal in the wild, eating fresh fruit, eating his natural diet that he evolved around for millions of years. You know, we evolved in the tropics, obviously. And what's available there all year round? It's only fruit and veg, I guess. Let's wait for this plane to go by. See, I'm in my greenhouse. I built this thing, guys. I built this thing like ages ago. And it's been really handy now because being indoors has been hard for me because of I guess part of it's the shortness of breath, partly. I got fresh air out here, I got sun, and it makes me feel a bit better, you know. But anyway, yeah, gluten burgers poisoned me, guys. That's what did this to me. I know for a fact that's what it is. I just don't know, and the doctors don't know either exactly what it is. Is it a stomach ulcer or is it just heavy inflammation in the intestinal area or other parts of the GI tract? They don't know. I've just had a CT scan. They couldn't find it because there wasn't enough detail. An MRI scan might help, but it might not. The thing that will is sticking a freaking camera down into my guts, and I don't want to do that. That's something I'm not going to do. I don't even know, where do they stick it, down your mouth or up your ass? Because I'm thinking if they stick it up your ass, it's going to go past a bunch of shit. It's going to be a camera covered in shit. So I won't have the best image. But then they're going to jam that up into your guts, covered in shit. So you're going to have a shit covered instrument sticking into your guts, rubbing around, leaving traces of shit everywhere. It doesn't sound ideal to me. Just to see what's going on, you know, it might make me worse. Either way though, they stick it down your throat. Pretty bad also. Goes through your esophagus, down into through the valve that stops the stomach acid from coming up to the esophagus. So they're gonna jam it down past that into your stomach acid now. And then they'll poke it around there, so it's gonna be covered in acid. And then they'll take a look further down in your small intestine. So they're going to jam it again through another valve, whatever they call that thing. I don't know what they call it. It's like a gland. Into your intestines, like just to see, or hopefully see something. They've ruled out it's not a tumor. It's not like the CT scan did rule out a tumor because that was the other big possibility. Based on my symptoms. So that's good. And that only leaves stomach ulcers and inflammatory diseases in the GI tract like Crohn's disease and irritable bowel syndrome. Right? And based on all my symptoms, that's definitely what it is. And based on what alleviates, it's definitely what it is. So I decided, no, I'm not going to stick a camera into my body just to like try and confirm it. I'm just going to do what helps, and it's been helping. Not drinking water, like I said, is the best thing. Not drinking water, just drinking water, not eating food. No calories, just water. It's the best thing you can do. But yeah, like I said, the gluten fucked up my body because it was not ready for it. I was no longer a junkie. Freaking plane again. Oh man, I can hit pause on this thing. I'm gonna hit pause for the plane. So I guess we do have some edits in this one. Man, that's the one thing that has sucked about being here is I have a plane goes over every 4 minutes, it seems. Every 4 minutes I gotta fucking like I'm already nauseated and shit. And this loud ass machine just goes every 4 minutes. That has not helped in this time, but that's where I live, guys. So what can I do? Yeah, so like what I was saying, the gluten fucked me up. Not just the gluten, the grains and shit, all that junk, vegan junk, messed me up because I'm no longer a junkie ready for it. Where a normal vegan junkie, vegan junk food eater, can eat tons of this stuff every day, year after year. Never seem to have an issue. I mean, they probably look like shit. They probably don't look healthy. They probably don't have much, the best levels of energy. But they don't get like excruciating pain where they're gonna, they need to go to the ER or something. Um, so yeah, that happened to me because of that. And just to go in a little bit more into the science, what the adaptations your body mainly makes to take up these proteins is because they're long proteins, right? Gluten is a very long chain of amino acids. And your body isn't actually meant to take amino acids into the small intestine from the gut. Any animal, when you take in long proteins, your gut should have strong enough acid to break down that protein chain, that chain of amino acids, into individual amino acids. I mean, you're never going to get it into individual, but as small as possible at least. And when you have these massive long gluten ones, then one of the adaptations your body makes is making stronger acid. And it's the same when you eat meat. Meat has long proteins as well, but it's not as long as the gluten, I think, and it's not as bad in some ways. Meat is worse in other ways though. For one thing, it's got like necrotic bacteria. Like the type of bacteria that eats meat is different to the type of bacteria that eats like an apple, for example. You leave an apple in the desert or anywhere on the planet Earth, any square inch of planet Earth, right? You leave an apple, let it rot, you're gonna find a certain type of bacteria coming for that apple. Every time. It's a certain type, there's a certain family of bacteria. Then you leave a piece of meat, which is basically a dead piece of body. Then you got another type of bacteria. And that's the bacteria that you harbor inside you if you eat lots of meat, right? So that's the downside to the meat, but the gluten is worse in the damage the protein itself does. And the adaptation your body makes is making stronger acid in the stomach, right? So you're better prepared to pass that protein down into the other parts of your digestive tract, which is your small intestine first. That's where you've got the villi, the little fingers that absorb your nutrients. If you've got long proteins making it down there, they get jammed up in the fingers, right? Think about it like a long chain, like a long metal chain getting tied up in like long shrubs, really long grass, let's say, or whatever, anything long you can think of like that. It's all tied up and tangled, isn't it? Because it's a long chain. So it's hard for it to pass through. What's meant to happen at that level is you pass your nutrients through. So if you had smaller amino acid chains, they could pass the villi into your bloodstream. And that's how you get your nutrients to all your other cells. They go to your blood. That's the highway that delivers it everywhere, literally. But that's the mechanism. It goes to the small intestine.